to Ant, I think. And then ended up falling to Animal. But he was like, yeah, I feel like he has really good neutral, but his punish game is mid. And I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, you know, I kind of see where you're coming from, personally. Yeah. I think Gekkingga, a little bit of the inverse, where it's like the punish game is insane, like SSSS tier, right? But then the ability to kind of navigate and maneuver the neutral is, I think, where he can fall flat a little bit. And so even from our game that we had earlier today, I was like, I was surprised how significantly less scared of him I was than I thought I would be.
Okay.
Part of that is probably because I'm also playing Loxodont, so I'm like, I can do anything you can do. Yeah. But also just like the dashing around the platform stuff, it's like scary. The timing mix-ups are really brutal if you're someone who has a tendency to spot dodge, aka me. But outside of that, it's like, all right, if I just don't go over there, you have to figure, like, it's the same thing. He just makes it look scary. But at the end of the day, if you force Loxodont to approach, he becomes a significantly less terrifying character. And that does not change for this guy either.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do to circumvent a character's fundamental weaknesses. Yep. I mean, Gek's doing a pretty good job of it with the absolute blender and figure eight that he can create off of a multitude of platforms, and threatening those platforms is half the battle against a fast player and fast character like Zetterburn, fast player like HamPolo, because you know there's going to be so many like shield drop aerials, flat drop aerials. Like that is going to be one of the primary starters for so many of the cast. In the case we're already seeing all these edge cancel down airs come to fruition for within the training modes. So now it's just a matter of whose game plan going in is going to blossom, and
pretty much
which one fails to.
I said this earlier when I was on commentary with Akashi, where I was like, when you go up against Zetterburn, you got to get the cat off stage, and then you got to shoot it in the head, pull the trigger, no monologue, nothing. Like
that's okay.
Has to die.
Yeah.
Right.
2 in the head, 1 in the chest.
Exactly. Like you got to make super sure, right? No potential for 2 arcs later, suddenly Zetterburn's back. Like no, Zetterburn has to die, right? Because you give the character more chances. It just doesn't work. Loxodont's not a character where he has the affordance to give other characters more chances. So you really have to make sure you capitalize, kill that frickin' lion, because otherwise it can be tough. It can be really tough. The moment you're stuck in shield as Loxodont against this character, especially if your back is to him, it's like, I know that
was a noise.
Took my ears out. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. But I'm 100% with you as we find our way back onto the train of thought. 100% with you. Like, you have to hit the cat.
You have to hit the cat, force the cat to recover low, kill the cat from that position.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. On the other side, though, HamPolo was like, the whole thing about Lox is heavyweight character, right?
Right.
Being the heaviest in the game means that you get to kind of navigate these percents in a manner that other characters cannot, right? When things would knock down other characters, you get to know that you get to last a little bit longer than everyone else. Zetterburn Gatling combo is pretty much, you just fish for it.
It's so good.
And then it kind of blows up. The moment Loxodont gets popped up by the upstrong, that's it. You kind of lose your ability to floor hug as much in the matchup.
Yeah. In general, like one of the biggest reversal merchants in general off of floor hugging is Loxodont.
Yes.
Floor hug grab is honestly a win condition in some matchups and in a lot of ways. But Zetterburn's, like every character is starting to develop ways to counter floor hugging, but Zetters were so front loaded and so just apparent because like I can space you out with forward air and deal the extra like 25% damage with every single forward air and get to play the plus frame mix up, or I can down air, and down air is giant,
so big.
It's just a giant move. Or to your point, Gatling exists, and if you are able to land a dash attack at 0 within the Gatling frames, that instantly beats floor hugging and also gives him an up air into a full up air combo.
Yep.
Especially on a floatier character.
It sucks.
It is like Zetterburn's is always going to be popular because he's fast moving, very responsive, very fluid character. But he has a lot of value in any level of play because his ability to counterplay one of the game's premier defensive options, all of the game's premier defensive options, is so strong.
It looks like we're getting right into game one on Ho Dojo, which honestly a fantastic Loxodont stage, able to cover those platforms really easily with that up strong. And there we go, jab into that down tilt. Want to get past those floor hugs, and that down tilt is the perfect tool to do so. God, his movement's so good on the platform. And then you get him, make him go low, reverse. Oh, even better. He's crispy.
Yeah, going for the
no get up attack.
That down B was so perfect. I wanted almost down air after, but this is the danger of going to so many of these starter stages, Ho Dojo and Godai Delta being the premier of Loxodont just covers the whole platform. Like if you're ever in a mistech, you just are taking a hit.
Nice. And good defense, right? That's something that I'm always checking for. Surprised that didn't KO. In the newer patch, it would have, because, you know, that move did get buffed a little bit, but there we go. The up strong is going to secure the knockout. But the defense, right? Are you able to call out when the shine is coming with parry? Gekkingga's proving, yes, it is something I have in my defensive toolkit.
Those timing mix-ups are everything in a game like this. Lots of times you're making decisions preemptively, right? So you just have to have a beat on these things. The grab on that fireball is going to set up perfectly for a couple platform extensions. And the movement is still there. Look at all the space that Gekkingga can cover. Instantly evening up the percents and then some, looking for forward airs, but no dice. Instead, HamPolo finds a full combo of their own.
And now we're looking at that perfect damage range where, I mean, the double fair is going to be more than enough for HamPolo to go ahead and secure that stock. I mean, we'll see if Gekkingga can answer back here. I mean, has the perfect amount of, you know, just like stocks and also health to work with here to really finesse around this. Love the turnaround up specials, but even better DI from HamPolo to get onto the stage.
Right. These
Get check
on. Wow. Okay. That's just taking the stock. 5 check. Now these up Bs on stage from HamPolo are certainly rough to see come up. Like you see the movement flow that he's trying to establish, and then it all kind of crumble as soon as that up B doesn't comes out, and you have to adjust, make a weird angle, and that just fully lets Gekkingga take center stage, which he's happily sitting in right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely buttery, right? I mean, really, it's like looks like HamPolo doesn't feel comfortable enough at picking a moment to go in. It's going to be really tough, and almost good night. Gets an accidental up air. I don't know that was necessarily what he wanted to go for there, but that very well could have been the stock of HamPolo there, getting another chance potentially in this game. Oh, man. Good DI on the back throw, though. A lot of people will get caught there holding in.
They got so much time before these jabs start coming out.
Recovering low, you lose your stock. Yep.
That jab 2 ended up covering either ledge drop double jump, it looked like, because there was no jump on HamPolo there. And the angle made it so after spending so much time in midair, and those Zetterburn recovery nerfs made it too low to be able to do like down B cancel.
Exactly.
Like, get to the wall and all that. That's a tough one.
Looks like we're going to go to Air Armada. That does tend to be the premier Lox counter pick. But also you could go to like Harbor. Harbor's fine. We're going to Tempest Peak, I believe. Okay. This used to be like, oh yeah, Loxodont's favorite stage in the beginning. Now, I don't love it so much. And I think it's actually a pretty good pick here for HamPolo.
How things evolve, right? Because I've been seeing a lot more Lox players, a lot more players in general, like be more willing to play on those Hyperborean Harbors and the Air Armadas as well. Even Lox players to an extent.
Yeah, it's just something about, just because the ceiling is so high here, and you're fishing for up strong a lot, that it's like, all right, well, this doesn't really help me.
Despite the closest of the stage dimensions,
yes,
you want to be able to close out stocks early. We were talking about this earlier. Lox is not a character that likes games going long. You need to be able to shut down these stocks with either early gimps or explosive plays. And the longer games go, and thus the longer sets go, it can be more and more problematic to try and find those windows of opportunity.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Sneaks in the reverse aerial rush back air and then gets the first stock yet again. HamPolo not trailing too far behind, though, but Gekk just trying to see how much damage he can get, so he can get out of these floor hug percents. And so far, quick 40. Oh, this is perfect for Gekk here, even if he loses the stock. Look at these resets with the jab as well. HamPolo, though, trying to reverse things.
Missing that forward air off the subsequent up throw.
Well, that could have been an up strong right there. Like, for an up tilt, why? It's fine. The up air is going to work.
take it anyway. Must have been trying to get that up strong earlier. All the same, the extra tick damage certainly helped get to 21%. Not bad at all, but these up airs, like Lox against fast fallers, is just so brutal once you get to these percentages, and up air can lead to so much. The maximized damage off of the meatball twice over, finding the confirm into a yet another back air. Gekkingga looking unstoppable in these first 2 games.
Yeah, you can see HamPolo kind of crying in Zetterburn nerfs there because that down special used to hit the meatball, but now it is no longer projectile in bone, and so that's why we saw Gekk was able to convert off of it there.
Oh, he wanted to end the game too. Trying to get out of a troubling situation.
Nice.
It didn't work, but I loved that low nair. You're expecting HamPolo to get aggressive off of these platforms with something like a shield drop fair. Trying to stuff under that by undershooting vertically can be a really good way to get through that.
Gekk trying to close this game out. HamPolo just trying to get this stock. Can't find the up strong yet. Can't get close enough. Good pressure, but it's not leading into anything. And Gekk fires right back. Double backer. It's going to force HamPolo to go ahead and burn that down special. Tries to punish it. The shine comes out just in the nick of time.
Oh, he went for dash attack instead of dash grab. It gave HamPolo just enough of a window to put out that frame 2 shine. The jump back fair. Just waiting to see what any move that you can hit here. Finally, a forward air doesn't put. What are these average stocks here, Flambeau? They've been 150, 170, like 180. Like these numbers that you just cannot let Loxodont live to. And thus, yet another stray back air. 3 for 3 on back air stock conversions, and a 2-0 set count currently is the result.
Yeah, it's looking kind of rough here for HamPolo. Really, just, I mean, I guess it's a testament to how well Gekk's playing the matchup, right? Because what I'm noticing is that HamPolo is just struggling to get in, right? And that's the way you play Loxodont. You keep your opponent out, use your big hitboxes, you swing, you get hit there, you immediately floor hug, you grab, and now look at the reversal already. Somehow, off of getting a hit on Gekkingga, we're watching HamPolo be the one who's at a disadvantage.
Yeah, approaching,
oh my God.
Approaching fireball, approaching like forward air, so many down tilts as well, like shines, etc. Like these are really, really tough moves to just go in haphazardly at these low percents with. Like you need to be landing those gatlings or those down airs at low percent, else your common like really safe neutral is gonna feel a little bad up until you get to the 50% marker.
Oh, that's gonna be stock. Yeah, ends up trading with the meatball, and it puts you into so much hit stun. Probably the most hit stun any individual move that Lox gives outside of his level 3 down special, to be honest.
Yeah. Especially if you charge up the meatball a little bit. Yeah, like it's, you get all day and a half a Sunday.
It's tough. We're still watching HamPolo trying to get these openings. That forward air is not going to be enough. Needs to get this edge guard. Okay, goes for a special get up as well, and almost gets that shield drop forward air on the Gekk, but it doesn't connect.
Man, the platform being there kind of, it luckily didn't snowball any further, but it kind of ruined the point of that special getup. Like, you're making Gekkingga forced to go on stage, he interacts with fire, and then the next strong you get, that's going to be the one that closes out the stock. But the platform was real perfect, and you know that Gekk is so good at mixing up not only recoveries, but mixing up when and where to utilize these platforms. Nice spot dodge to get around that down tilt, though. Yet these jabs are shutting down HamPolo's attempt at reversal options in mid-screen.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this expert use of jab. The platforms, yet again, we mentioned it before, Gekk's ability to wave land on and come down with a shield drop back air or up air is so tricky to deal with, especially timing-wise. HamPolo struggling to find a way in. I think he should lean into his fireball usage a little bit more to create some of those openings, but manages to burn Gekkingga and maybe even get the stock here. Beautiful turnaround with that shine as well.
Seal out a fair afterwards, get rid of all the magma. Nice stall here from Gekkingga in order to get back to stage. Jab up tilt. Man, watching HamPolo just be forced to deal with Loxodont jab over and over and over again. If you ever want to engage with Loxodont in mid-screen, that jab one is coming out. It's forcing movement like that from HamPolo. A lot more backwards movement with just to bait out either a whiff or any sort of option and play it out from there.
Oh, wow, great movement yet again, but even better shields coming out here from HamPolo. Gonna force this recovery. Ooh. Pity flip onto the stage, goes right back off.
Sick.
Nice catch from Gekkingga with the up strong. You can never forget about that one.
sometimes you just gotta let it rip.
Always.
Especially with Magma online, making it safe.
Especially if you got multiple charges, sometimes you're like, I just gotta use these.
Yeah. Gotta optimize the use of this resource.
Nice.
Oh, man, these jabs.
Misses the Waveland. A beautiful opportunity for HamPolo to turn things around. Oh, but can't get the shine on Gekkingga there. If he got it, it would have been the perfect opportunity. Had him without a jump. Could have gotten a nice juggle.
The extra movement from HamPolo, getting a B open, and yeah, that fully charged shine is just gonna do it. That extra grab was started because of how HamPolo had been changing up his movement pattern, right? It was landing aerial into wave dash back or jump backwards and doing all of this extra bit of belay before their pressure would reinstate. That forces Gekkingga to hold on to shield a little longer. That gets you grabs when you need them.
Expertly played, and now, I mean, Gekkingga has an opportunity to get a counter pick of his own. But, I mean, being up this much in this set really does mean that you do just have, like, you know, quite a bit of importance of trying to find the comfortable spot to secure the last dub. I always like taking Zetter to where it looks like we may be going, Ethereum Forest. I think that's just, like, the easiest spot to go. Can't run away. You get nice conversions. Easy to get the edge guards as well.
HamPolo banning it for that reason.
Fair enough. That makes sense. I would probably just go to Godai here. I feel like Godai is fine.
Yeah, I'm always in a juggle game, whether it's like, oh, do I want to ban Ethereum because it forces, it becomes harder to disengage with Lox, but I don't want Lox to cover the platforms on Godai so well. Gekkingga going on the complete opposite trajectory, though.
Yeah.
They want to be able to reliably make space against Zetterburn and perhaps get away from these combos or what have you. Just give you the extra room to maneuver and manipulate. So Fire Capital it is.
Beautiful parry timing. Doesn't get the conversion, though. Now look at this conversion from HamPolo. Getting a full hop accidentally there in the middle of that conversion, kind of costing him the rest of the extension. But despite that, still on the prowl here. Gekkingga swinging with that jab to get out of disadvantage. Gets him on the platform with it as well. Suddenly, the tides of battle have changed.
Look at the insistence on Gekkingga's part to like shift over to more of a walling type of state. Like in the games 1 and through 3, we're always playing the mix-up. Now, being a lot more stalwart on defense, a lot more walling back airs, walling up airs, and of course the jabs are ever present. Trying just to dare HamPolo to get a little greedy and always making sure to take space.
Yeah, I think, you know, HamPolo being as aggressive of a player as he is, the extra space, in theory, should give Gekkingga a little bit more wiggle room. But look at the aggression crossing up with these shines. Gekkingga can't get him off. He's on fire, can't stop, drop, and roll in time. Looks like HamPolo's going to get the first stock.
Seeing a lot more use of this, of the down B with no charge, just trying to stall in the air, missing out on back air, but hey,
that works.
Sour hit it down strong. Too low, just grab leg. Oh, he made it.
Yeah, I respect the option that we saw Gekkingga go for there. Lox does have invincible reverse spare from ledge for scenarios like that where you can get crossed up by Zetterburn. You just do that to kind of cover everything, but, you know, I think he just didn't think that he was going to make it back to the stage.
Yeah, we're too high percent for this up throw stuff.
Yeah, now we got to either forward throw, and if it KOs, it KOs. If it doesn't, sometimes you just throw out the back throw here to catch them on the eye.
Seeing that slight flubs come out from Gekkingga after that game 3 was so tight. Seeing little movement errors, missed wave lands. Late dash back up strong is a pretty good one, though. Got enough room in order to find that 47% can be done in a blink of an eye, but can be done right back to you. HamPolo looking for a bit of a reset there instead of trying just to cash out with an up air.
Yeah, Gekkingga's just like, all right, if I can find a grab here, a down tilt even, I can really convert. And all HamPolo has to do is just keep Lox out. Is Gekkingga, who the onus of approaching is on right now. He's trying to do it safely using things like nairs, retreating forward airs, spaced back airs. But that's all fine, because at the end of the day, as long as HamPolo shields it, he's free to move afterward. There's no extra pressure coming from Loxodont after shield something successfully.
Well, here's some pressure. But those high platforms kind of
knockdown.
Doing Gekkingga a little dirty there after that conversion. Jab reset.
Nice. Nine is so good.
Yeah, that's one way to describe it.
It's just so fast.
Very, very useful move. Do not let Mr. Stango tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
First, just getting the ledge, and those jabs coming out all day and all night. Jab
back
down
air.
tilt.
Wow. I was going to say.
Wow.
I honestly did not. HamPolo's DI, phenomenal. Should have absolutely died.
You deserved it, actually.
but had me convinced for a second that he might have survived.
Hey. Tempt had a special getup here, but no dice. HamPolo off the mark on some of these drop-down shine fairs that were so instrumental previously. Instead, this Loxodont once again
get off the plat.
We're chilling at 160 here, Flambo.
Can't get off the plat. Finally does with that back air. And the perfectly timed parry as well allows Gekkingga to release some pressure. And these jabs, once again, back air on the platform. Beautiful bait.
Grab.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Brother, please.
Help him. he needs help. He needs some milk.
Jesus.
He's not getting any.
He's alive. Not for much longer, surely. Maybe let a Dacus rip here. I think he gets stuffed, actually, on the startup of dash attack. If HamPolo brings this back, never mind.
Yeah. Started off so well in that game number 4, but one of the biggest things that we saw Gekkingga is we were looking at that platform situation. I think that really exemplifies it. Gekkingga sits on the Fire Capital platform, the middle one. HamPolo is hunting for a way to take a stock at 160, a sweet spot up air, sweet spot fair, you know, up strong underneath, like some sort of sharking to do it. And yet, every time Gekkingga would just play it slow, play it patient, be calm, be in control, and cool under the pressure, so that way, as long as HamPolo never felt inclined to waveland and pressure those platforms by landing on them and being aggressive like that, Gekkingga would just retreat back to it. It's like, oh, no, now's not the time to get off.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we'll get down eventually. Don't you worry. But I'm going to wait for an appropriate window. And all that does is make HamPolo just a hair more impatient with each passing reset. And that kind of calm and collectedness under a lot of duress is certainly something to applaud.
Yeah, you really got to give it up to Gekkingga for having that patience. I also think, you know, a lot of battles are won by the tempo on which you swing, right?
Yeah.
And so if I'm Gekkingga, I'm recognizing HamPolo, I mean, is just a player that likes to press buttons, right?
Very
like,
true.
It really does like to press a lot of buttons in your face, nearby, etc. And so you can kind of have a bit of a safe bet knowing that, all right, I think he's probably going to swing. Let me just stall with a fart. Oh, look, he missed. Let me do it again. Oh, look, he missed again. And now I can get back to the platform. Whereas if HamPolo dash dances one more time, probably all it takes.
Right. All right.